Last video for 2024. Wow, yeah. As a little girl, I would be one at parties. We would have family parties calling in the new year, and I would be the one having a lot of feels and wondering where all these feelings came from. And you know, it's in part to my very sensitive nature, and also transitions are big. And then later on, you know, in my 20s, I would be somewhere in the world partying with friends, and yeah, we would be drinking, dancing, calling in the new year, and I would be wiping away tears, secretly wiping away tears, hoping that no one would actually see me. It's big as we reflect and look back on the year that has been. And even more so when we haven't had the support we have needed. And you know, for me, for a very long time, I think for most of my life, I have ended the year in deficits. And looking back this year, learning to identify chaos, growing up with borderline chaos, has completely changed the way in which it's changed all my relationships, and having the awareness of what I will and won't allow in my life anymore, right? And that's very big for me saying that, especially coming from such an enmeshed family system. Yeah. And doing so in a very loving and spacious way. Yeah, just wanting to acknowledge that it's not so much rejecting it's more like having clarity within myself that I can be me and you can be you, right? Other things that I've been looking upon was having my first in-person group healing, which was so magical. Yeah, it was on my birthday this year, and I feel very teary about it because it was such a life gifting for me. And then from there, having in-person group healings, getting the courage to book a holiday all for myself, having pilgrimage in Kyoto, and going into a cocoon for that, and coming out of that, and yeah, a lot of purification happening. So it felt like my house was burning on fire, running a very big 3-part series on poverty, scarcity, and abundance, exploring that, and having these really beautiful moments of enjoyment, appreciating my parenting and the love I have with my children, and the spaciousness that we have cultivated and developed with each other, and being able to enjoy each other's company without even speaking, and just hanging out and experiencing new harmony in life. And yeah, my voice is shaky because it's very I've worked very hard to reach this place. So maybe you too are pausing and having a reflection on the year that has been. What has been dying, what has died away, the new seedlings of birthing coming through. And perhaps internally inside you now, when you look to ground and anchor within yourself, it can be really formless, and the reference point internally in which you used to anchor and ground yourself may no longer be there because you have shifted. And continue shifting as awakening processes continue. And at first it can feel really strange, right? Because our mind seeks for certainty, and as you're feeling inside that rock, that anchor, that ground no longer is there, and it can feel like very bottomless. So that can feel very strange, or it might feel extremely wonderful and freeing at the same time. So if you make kind of like, if you're into it, making a mental list, writing it down of all the little glimmers, right? The little glimmers, the experiences of beauty, however small or big they may have been. We could integrate that together today. Yeah. Integrate that today and allow that credit. Ending the year in credit, a glimmer, a map of credit to integrate and anchor into your system. And just allowing that to happen. Maybe you could pause the video, make your list, make a mental list. And it doesn't have to be long, it could be a couple of things. And it could all be internal. I became a better friend to myself. I finally bought that dress, or did something for myself for once. And it was edgy and it turned out okay. Yeah. Allowing yourselves to map that. Maybe you had that difficult conversation and you finally got the clarity that you needed. And so allowing your energies to come back into yourselves and allowing that to be cleansed and return back into your system, all the love and the goodness in which you share with the world. Also your projections and your fears, allowing them to be cleansed and neutralized, coming back integrated into your system, and just relieving those relationships. With every glimmer, glimpse, moment that we're able to have awareness and acknowledge of the beautiful things we have done or in our being, we're actually able to integrate more deeper capacity to hold and relate to our own personal power. And this is incredibly important for our health, in unfolding our soul purpose, the next steps that we need to take, and living life from a heart-centered place with more enjoyment and peacefulness. And allowing yourselves to feel into your deep place and anchoring that deeper into your system. Doing a quick inner critic care. Critic comes up, huh? It can come up, especially if we're integrating all the beautiful things about ourselves. Our power, our accomplishments, our success. They might be worldly successes, or usually they're very deep, internal success. And so allowing that to just land into your system and allowing your nervous system to regulate that. It might be just a homeopathic drop, right? You don't have to integrate it all at one go. Just whatever your system needs. Big brain releasing trauma reversal through the brains. And just running that into the body. It is a dream come true for me to be able to live out my path as a healer. And thank you all, my beautiful community, for riding through this year with me. And gifting me so deeply with your presence. Thank you for your beautiful write-ins and your comments throughout the year. I appreciate them. And I appreciate you, and continue my way showing on this path of Kundalini and awakening. And I send you lots of love and cocoons of gentleness as we say goodbye and come to a completion. We move into transition and birthing and dreaming into a new year. Maps, patterns, support, and integrating this short healing video. I'll see you all in the new year sometime. Big love to you all.